All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. And as always, peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, this is the brother Benaiah from the Great Millstone Dallas branch coming back at you with a quick lesson. All right, in today's lesson, I'm going to be going over 2nd Esdras chapter 5, all right, verses 1, all right, down to the 12th or 13th verse, okay, which these particular verses that I'm going to go into is basically going into the destruction of America and also the judgment that's going to be taking place, all right, after Babylon the Great is destroyed in the various parts of the earth, all right, that wasn't hit by these nuclear missiles, okay? So without further ado, let's get straight into it. It's the 2nd Esdras chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. All right. And these are this is basically the angel explaining to Esdras about these particular tokens or signs that's going to be taking place or happening in the end times. Okay. It says, in the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number. All right. Now, how these people are going to be taken in great number, all right, or killed is basically by these particular plagues that's going to take place. All right. Because even when you read in the book of Psalms, chapter 91, it talks about, real quick, it talks about the judgment, all right, that's going to be taking place. And also it talks about the hedge of protection that the elect is going to have. All right. So let's get it. Psalms 91. I'm gonna get straight to the point. All right. It says, verse 7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Yeah, you see. So this is going into how, all right, these people are going to be taken in great number via the particular judgments and plagues that the Lord is going to send on the planet Earth. All right. And also these people are going to be taken in confusion. You see, that's what that also means as well. That great numbers, it can also go into, people taken in great confusion. You see, because when these particular things take place, all right, they're going to seek answers from their particular leaders, all right, who they call pastors or men of the Lord. All right. They're going to be seeking answers from the presidents, from all these so-called wise men of the earth, all right, which they're not going to have the answers, man. You see, the only ones who are going to have the answers are the man of the Lord. And what did it say right after that? It says, and the way of truth shall be hidden. Okay, going into the famine of the word, which is Amos chapter 8. All right, let's get it. It's the book of Amos chapter 8. All right, verse 7. Well, Salaki, not verse 7, I'm tripping. Verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Yeah, why? Because the way of truth is going to be hidden. All right, those doors of mercy that are open right now, okay, the time period, that grace period that these people had to receive the warning, to receive the word, all right, they BS'd around, man, you see, or they mocked the messengers, okay, like the scriptures always say, our people always mock the prophets, all right, and they misuse the prophets, like it says in Second Chronicles, all right, until what? Until the wrath of the Lord came upon them till there was no remedy. Okay, and the same thing is going to continue to happen again in these times. These people are not going to take heed to the warning of the prophets that's going out. You see, and that way, when this stuff starts to happen, they're going to want answers, but it's going to be too late. You're not going to be able to find the man of the Lord. You're not going to be able to go on YouTube and type up GMS, or try to go to the apostles, pages, all right, particular elders pages or brothers pages, period, man. You see, the Lord is going to shut all that off, and then there's going to be judgment commencing, okay, which we're reading about right now. All right, and it says, and the land shall be barren of faith, because when these people can't find any answers, man. You see, all this particular faith that they so-called have in God, all right, all these Christians, all right, these you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans who pride yourself in going to in these Christian churches, you know, all that little faith that you think that you have in a higher power, all that's gonna go out the window, man. You see, because there's gonna be some serious times taking place on the planet Earth, man. All right. Just like our Lord Yahweh Shah said himself, man. You see, when you get in the book of Luke, chapter 21, Luke chapter 21, go down to like the 25th verse. It says, And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. All right, mean confusion, man. You see people not knowing what to do, going about trying to search for answers, like we just read. They're gonna be trying to find the answers, but the way of truth is gonna be hidden, man. Okay, it says with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. All right. Matter of fact, just for edification, let's get this word perplexity. All right.
Strong's G 640. Aparia. Aparia.
All right. And as you can see, it's at a state of one is in perplex. All right. But when you go into the root, it says to be without resources. You see, to be without resources, to be in straits. Okay, which is mean a difficult time. To be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn. And that's exactly what these people are going to be like. All right. They're going to be taking a great number and great confusion, man. While all this judgment is going on, why is this happening? Well, God, it's going to be, oh, JC, people going to be praying to JC. He ain't going to have no answers. You see, the pastor's not going to have no answers. The man that did have the answer, the Lord have concealed and hid, man. You see, and that's why they're not going to know what to do. It says to be at a loss with oneself, to be in doubt, not to know how to decide or what to do. And that's exactly what these people are going to be. And that's why they're going to go into that state of what? That's why it's going to cause what? The land to shall be barren of faith. You see, that's going to cause the land to be barren of faith, man, because these people are going to give up every so-called principle that they have, and they're going to go back to a dog eat dog mentality, man. You see, because when resources get low, when food and water get low, they show you in every movie, all these apocalyptic movies. You see a movie when society shuts down and food is scarce. What do people do? Well, they go back to dog. It's about me. You know what I'm saying? That me spirit, man, which these people are already in. But let's go back to Luke 21 real quick, and I'll read this next verse, and go back to Second Esdras chapter 5. All right, it's back in Luke chapter 21. All right, in verse 26, it says, man's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Yeah, what are the powers of heaven in these times, or these particular governments of the world, man? You see, they're going to be shaken by what the Lord is getting ready to bring on the planet Earth, man. They're not going to know what to do. They're not going to have any answers. You see, the people are going to be seeking to their presidents, to their leaders for answers, and they're not going to have it, man. These people, going to be seeking to the Pope. That nigga ain't gonna have no answer. He's not gonna be able to explain why this and that is happening on the planet Earth, which is, like I said, is gonna cause the land to be barren of faith. The only people who are gonna have faith in that time. That's why Yahweh Shah said, "Shall he come back and shall he find faith on the earth?" The only one that's gonna have faith in that time is gonna be the elect, man. Okay. But I'm gonna read this in the NLT, verse 26, Luke 21 and 26 in the NLT. It says, "People will be terrified at what they see coming upon the earth, for the powers of heaven will be shaken." All right. So let's go back to Second Esdras chapter 5. Back in Second Esdras chapter 5. All right. And let me see. Let me see. I want to get some. Oh yeah, that's what I want to get to about wisdom and knowledge. That's why wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of that time. You see, that's why there's this wisdom that we have right now is so important, man. It's a gift, all right, and it's truly a treasure. You see, because the Lord gave us, and He gave us this treasure, man. He could have picked anybody else on the planet Earth, but He decided to have mercy upon us and give it to us, man. You brothers and sisters, all right, including myself, that may be listening to this video. You know what I'm saying? So don't take this as nothing light, man. This is major what we're doing. All right, the knowledge that you have and you can understand this truth, and what brothers are talking about through the spirit. All right, that's nothing light, man. This is top shelf. All right, this is knowledge from the heavens, man. You see, and as the scriptures say, when you read in Wisdom of Solomon, it talks about how wisdom saved. How wisdom saved particular men, going into our forefathers like Joseph, like Abraham. All right, Noah. You see, all of them were saved by what? By wisdom. Just like the elect is going to be saved by wisdom in these times as well. All right. But going back, Second Esdras chapter 5 and verse 2, well, I read verse 1 again. It says, "Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above that which thou seest, and that thou, it's like it says, or that thou hast heard long ago. You see, so iniquity has to increase, man. You see, when you read Second Esdras chapter 4 and verse what is this 28, it says but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. This is the point, for the grain of evil seed had been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness has it brought forth up unto this time, and how much more shall it bring forth until the time of threshing come? Yeah, talking about the end, the judgment day, all right, the destruction. So the wickedness that the Ezra was seen or heard about all the way in the past, all right, the wickedness that we see right now, because you know it increased since Ezra's time. You see, wickedness have increased, like it says in Second Ezra chapter 15, but wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. You see, and it's going to get it got to take it got to keep going, all right, until it reaches its limit. Okay, Yahweh Shem Shai set a bounds, like it says in the book of Job. All right, he has set a bounds that this devil cannot pass. He has to meet that measure. All right, even when you read in what is it, Revelation chapter 8, okay, if I'm not mistaken, it goes not 8:18, where it talks about matter of fact, Salakia, where is that at, man? Talking about sons, Salakia says reached. Revelation chapter 18, all right, in verse 5, it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Okay, meaning Babylon still has more time to go to increase in wickedness before it meets that measure until the time of what? Threshing come, all right, to the time that the Lord sends his judgment. Okay, so let's go back. Where we at? Second Ezra chapter 5, in verse 2, it says, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. All right, because when this shit is all this stuff taking place, going back, all right, about the stress of nation, perplexity, and all these things, the plagues that the Lord is going to send, that's going to make the love of many wax cold, like it says in the book of Matthew chapter 24. You see, so that's going to also cause the land to be barren of faith, man. People are going, and that's crazy because that word wax cold goes back to the Greek word psycho. You see, these people are gonna lose it, man. You see, they're gonna be willing to do anything to survive, to fulfill that the lust of their flesh. All right, because at the end of the day, Esau have taught these people how to be beast. You see, because he's a damn beast, man. All right, let's keep going. Verse 3. It says, in the land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly. Now, what is that going into? That's going into the destruction of Babylon the Great. Okay, so let's go to Jeremiah chapter 51. Salakia. Jeremiah chapter 51. All right. I'm gonna start at 7. Well, I'm gonna start at 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. This is the point, verse 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. Yeah, but that's the point. Babylon is suddenly wasted. Going time back into what we just read. All right, Second Esdras chapter 5 and verse 3. And the land that thou sawest now to have root shall be wasted suddenly, man. Okay? Because Babylon's destruction is going to come in an instant, man. You see? It's going to take the Lord. Esau built this place up for hundreds of years, and it's only going to take the Lord an hour to reduce this place to ash, man. You see? Let's go to the where is that at, man? I think it's in Revelations 18. Let's go. Let's go back to Revelations 18, man. Revelations chapter 18. Let me see. See. In verse 8. Okay, I'm gonna get straight to it for time's sake. All right, in verse 8, Revelation 18 and 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. All right. So all this is gonna come upon Babylon in one day. Let me see, man. Where is it at, man? I know it say 1 hour. Salakia. Salakia. Akim. 1 hour. Satan. Okay, I'm gonna just okay, I'm tripping. It was the next verse. Salakia. All right, it says, I'll keep reading. Verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Yeah, you see, it's gonna only take the Lord only 1 hour, man. You see, that's sudden. That going back to what we just read. All right, that land which thou now seest have root shall be wasted suddenly, man. Okay, well, so then how is it going to be wasted? It's going to be wasted by those thermonuclear missiles, man. You see? Let's go to it. Isaiah chapter 54. All right, Salakia. In verse 16 it says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth the instrument for his work. And I've created the waster to destroy. Yeah, that waster is going into those thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, you can read about the missiles in Joel chapter 2. All right, to where it actually calls. All right, real quick, let's go to it for edification's sake, man. Joel chapter 2. All right, because when you read this and when you read on down, this is going into for verse 2. All right, on down is going into what the thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay, that's why it says in verse 2 it says, In the day of darkness, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Yeah, this is not talking about an actual people. Okay, this is going into the nuclear missiles, man. You see, that's what that's going into. It says, and they fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Yeah, that fire that goes before them is going into those warheads that that's in the front, all right, of that missile, man. Okay, that fire that burneth behind is going into their rocket propulsion, man. All right, that fire that's coming out the back of it. Okay, that's propelling that's propelling that ICBM, man. Okay, it says and the land it says, and the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, meaning before they touch it, and behind them a desolate wilderness, meaning after it hits, all right, a city is no longer going to look like a city anymore, man. It's just going to be a big ass crater, just like when you go and watch those videos of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, all right, how the city looked before those bombs touched it and after the bomb touched it. You see? A totally different landscape, man. You couldn't even tell it was a city there. It knocked everything completely out to the fucking ground, man. You see, it turned into ashes. Okay, but I want to jump down. Okay, like I said, when you continue reading, this is going into still talking about the thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, I'm gonna go to verse 8. It says, "Neither shall one thrust another; they shall walk every one in his path." And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Yeah, you see, this is going into how the Lord is going to put his spirit, all right, within these missiles, man. You see, the Lord is going to use, all right, these particular missiles. He's going to guide these missiles, all right, to where they're not gonna like they say in the military, a broken arrow. It's not going to be a missile that malfunctions and then run into another one. No, every missile is going to be guided by the spirit of the Lord to hit his mark, man. You see, it's not going to miss. Okay. And like I said, when it said it's going to fall upon that sword, when you go into this word sword, okay, let's get it. Shalach. All right. It says what? You can see for Strong's 8, Strong's 8, 79, 73. shalach. All right, it says a weapon, a missile. You see, a missile. You see, showing that that's what that's going into. You see these particular defense, these missile defense system when they shoot their defensive missiles to try to stop it or blow it up, it's not going to work, man. You see, because like I said, even if it's hit by one, it's not going to stop it. All right, from doing his job, man. You see. So let's get one more, man, because that's exactly how Babylon the Great is going to go out, man. It's going to go out by fire. This is Isaiah chapter 13. It's a lot if I'm everywhere with it, man. In verse 19, it says, "In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch their tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there." Let you know this is not talking about ancient Babylon, man. You see, because there's still people over there in ancient Babylon today, man. Okay, still dwelling over there, man. All right, this is talking about Babylon the Great, what we read about in Revelation chapter 18, or that Babylon that you read about in the book of Revelations, man. You see, and when you read in Jeremiah, man, you see. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back to Second Esdras, man. All right, Second Esdras chapter 5 and verse 3, it says, "In the land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly." It says, "But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day." Okay, so the ones that the Most High is going to grant to live is who? Who is that going into? That's going into the elect, man. You see, that's going into the elect. You see, because they're going to be the only ones that make it. You see, that's going to receive salvation on this side. Okay, but it says, "Thou shalt see after the third trump that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day." Okay, you know that you can liken this. They can be likened unto signs, the signs that we're going to be seeing in the heavens, and also the sun and the moon can be likened unto wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which Esau's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to be taken away. All right. Even when you read in Revelation chapter 8, it goes into how that it goes into the particularly the same thing. You know, real quick. Revelation chapter 8. Read down, man. In verse 12, it says, "And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so that the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night was likewise." Yeah, you see, and we know that third part is going into the third parts of man. You got the sons of God, the sons of man, and the sons of the wicked. All right, showing you that Edom's, his wisdom is ultimately going to be taken away. You see, and the only thing that's gonna shine in that time is going to be the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, man. All right, the truth. You see, the understanding but because this truth, like I said, was always preserved. All right, even when you look like I said earlier, about Noah and Abraham, the truth was always preserved during the destruction. Even with Noah, you see, the truth was preserved. You see, so the Lord is going to be preserved in these times, man. All right, so let's keep going. It says, "And the blood shall drop out of wood, and the stone shall give his voice, and the people shall be troubled." Yeah, you see, this is not going into an actual tree. Trees, the tree start bleeding because it's wounded. No, this is going into the destruction. Okay, because when these missiles hit, all right, it's going to totally obliterate everything. All right, people, you know what I'm saying? Trees, houses, buildings, you know what I'm saying? And everything is going to be mixed and mingled. All right, to where people, your blood and body parts gonna be mingled up on the wood, man. You see, and these particular materials, man. Okay, and it says, and the stone shall give his voice, and the people shall be troubled. And that's going into the destruction of these buildings. The noise of the buildings are going to make when they collapse, man. You see, it says verse 6. It says, and even let me see, and even he shall rule whom they look not for, that dwelleth upon the earth, and the fowls shall take their flight away together. All right, and who is that? Even he shall rule whom they look not for, that dwelleth upon the earth. Man, that's going into the elect, man. When you get in Wisdom of Solomon, all right, real quick, and I'm gonna come back. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Okay, in verse I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says I'm gonna start at verse 3. Okay, Because when you read up, it talks about they're gonna be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation going into the elect. It says, and they repenting and groaning. This is going into the mindset of those, all right, who are not of the elect, who see the elect getting beamed up, who see the elect receiving salvation. It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he whom we had sometime in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor. How was he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? You see, those people that who they didn't look for, all right, like we just read in Second Ezra chapter 5. Okay, we're gonna be the ones. Even the nations look down upon our people right now. All right, we're the lowest of the low in the world, man, according to this structure that's set up now. All right, Esau is the head, and we're like just going back into the curses. We're the tail. These people are not looking for the tail to rule. You see, but here it is. The Lord is gonna flip it on it. Hey, and we're gonna be put back in our rightful place. All right, the tail is gonna become the head, and the head is gonna become the tail, man. All right. Slock you. All right, so let's go back. I might have to do a part two, man, because my phone be tripping. You don't want to be saving. You don't want to save my videos, but reading verse 6 again, it says, and when he shall rule whom they look not for that dwelleth upon the earth, going to Yahweh Shah too, because these people not looking for Yahweh Shah to come back. They're not looking for Yahweh Shah to look to be a dark skinned man to come back on a chariot with power. You see, they looking for Chezzy B. You see, but he's going to come back and rule, and so are we, Lord willing. We are part of that number. Okay. It says, and the fowls shall take their flight away together. Yeah, because when these things happen, and these birds are going to fly, they're going to flee. All right, these particular places, man, that's going to get hit by these ICBM missiles. Just like these animals have a sense to where they know when it's going to be a hurricane or an earthquake. All right, they start migrating or acting different, man. You see, they'll get out of there, they'll leave and go somewhere, man. They'll leave out the area. You see, and that's exactly what's going to happen. All right, with these fowls of the air. All right, when they have that sense that something that's going to happen, man, they have a higher sense, a higher connection to the creation. All right, than us, man. They can sense particular things. That's one of the senses that the Lord gave unto them, that they can sense particular patterns of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, know when the earthquake's about to happen. That's why you will see a dog go get up under something. You know what I'm saying? Or a tornado or something like that. These particular animals they're gonna know, they're gonna feel it, man. You see? So they're gonna flee away. All right, it says verse 7, and the sodomite sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. Yeah, and that sodomite sea is going into the what you would call the Dead Sea today. You see, because the Dead Sea, there's no life in it, man. And that shows you there's going to be a sign, all right, because you're gonna be seeing a lot of signs taking place that people cannot explain in these times that we're getting ready to come into, man. You see signs in the skies and the sun, all right, signs upon the earth, and this being one of them. You see, the Dead Sea is known for not having any life in it because the salt content is too high and nothing can survive in it. Okay, but here it is, it's going to cast out fish. That's going to be a sign in itself. Okay, and then it also said, I'm gonna read it again. In the sight of mighty sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice together, and that noise is going into the destruction. Even when you read in Psalm 91, it goes into that noisome pestilence, which that noisome pestilence is going into the destruction that was ICBM missile. You see, because a noisome pestilence is a plague. You see, and like it says in the book, if I'm not mistaken, Zechariah, it says, and this shall be the plague, all right, of them that have fought against Jerusalem, and it goes into saying that their eyes are going to melt within their forehead, their eyes are going to melt in their sockets, and their tongue is going to melt in their mouth. That's going into the destruction. Okay, so that's what that means. That's what that noise is going to be in the night. Okay, which many have not heard because these weapons have not been used before. The only time that a weapon, all right, or something like that was used was during Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You see, and they wasn't even powerful than these nuclear weapons that they have today. You see, and this is going to be, and that's why the Lord likened this destruction unto a second death, because it's something that never happened before. And just as Noah was prophesying of an event that never happened before, and people didn't believe him, here it is, the prophets are back again, prophesying of something that never happened before, destruction that never happened before, and people are mocking and scoffing. That's why Yahweh Shai said what he said, man. You see, as in the days of Noah, and as in the days of Lot, so shall, all right, the return of the Son of Man be. You know, I'm roughly paraphrasing. You see, it's going to be like that when he returns, man. Okay, but it says, but they shall all hear the voice together. Yeah, they all gonna feel it. They all gonna get that judgment. Okay, verse 8 it says, and there shall be a confusion. And let me make this point too, because when we're reading, we just read from verse 5, 1 through 5. That's the destruction of America, man. You see, now, when we're reading about 6 and we're reading down, this is going into the various judgments that's going to take place after Babylon is destroyed. After, you know what I'm saying, in these various places that wasn't hit by the ICBM missiles, but are affected by the radiation in those thermal that nuclear winter that's going to take place. You see, which I'm going to go into as well. But let me keep reading. It says, real quick, Slack here. Okay, so it says, there shall be great confusion in also in many places, um and the fire shall all be sent out. Yeah, you see, because those fires represents judgment. And like I said, after Babylon is destroyed, that judgment is not going to stop. There's still going to be judgment going out in various other places on the planet Earth that wasn't hit by those ICBM missiles, man. You see, and it's going to throw the world into chaos when Babylon is destroyed. These particular blockchains, it's going to be blockchains issues. You know what I'm saying? People dying of starvation, which we can go back to Revelation chapter 18 real quick to show you how it's going to throw everything off when these nations, it's going to throw everything off, man, because all these nations, all right, make money off America, man. Everything, all the everyday items that we touch and we buy, more than likely, you know what I'm saying, they're imported, man. You see, they're bought from another country. All right, so let's go to Revelation chapter 18 one more time. Let's read verse 3. It says, going into about the nations, for all the nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxing rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Yeah, you see, everybody getting rich off America, because America is known as what, a consumer nation, man. You see, they do more importing than they do exporting, man. You see, that's why you got Trump talking about, yeah, we need to get the jobs back here in America. We need to bring them back here, because Jameer, hey, they sent them off, man, for cheaper labor. All right. Let's keep going. Let's jump down to because I think I read 9 and 10. I'll read verse 9 again. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her. And when they shall see the burning of the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for fear of her torment, saying, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. You see? Then it goes into all the merchant what America would buy, you see? Will buy from these particular nations, man. You see, so that's gonna cause, all right, a domino effect when this place is destroyed, man. It's gonna throw the blockchain up. It's gonna cause a lot of confusion in the planet Earth, man. Okay, so let's go back. Second Esdras chapter 8. It says, chapter 5 and verse 8. There shall be a confusion, and also in many places, and the fires shall be off sent out again. Like I said, though, there's still going to be judgment taking place on the planet Earth. It says, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Yeah, that's right. You see, because these wild beasts are going to change their places, man. They're not going to be able to stay in these particular parts of the earth, man, because it's going to be so affected by radiation. The water is going to be contaminated, like we're going to read in the next verse. You see, even like now, when Esau goes to a forest, he cuts it down to build homes. You know what I'm saying? Or he cuts it down for lumber to transport, lumber somewhere else, and destroys the particular ecosystem of these animals. These animals start migrating to the suburbs, man. You see, the suburban areas, man, to try to find food because Esau done totally destroyed their ecosystem, man. You see, likewise, when this destruction happened, this place is going to be unlivable, like we just read in Isaiah 13. It talks about none is going to live here in America except for these particular desert creatures, man. Creatures that can sustain in harsh environments, man. You see, to where it's barely is, they can drink, water that's, fucked up. They can, you know what I'm saying, live in harsher environments than these other animals, man. So these particular animals are going to change their places, not only here, all right, in the Americas, but also in other places that were hit by these thermonuclears as well, in the radio, Slovakia, in the radiation fallouts and shit, man. You see, it says, and women shall bring forth, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Yeah, because these people, like I said, are going to be affected by, all right, that radiation fallout. You see, just like when you got Chernobyl, that Chernobyl disaster. You see, which is people still are affected by that today. You know what I'm saying? They people, the people that lived in that area are still, feeling the effects of that radiation. Even with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you see those people are still feeling the effects of that radiation. To where some of them were born, some children are still born with defects. You know, how much more in this time, man? All right, when the destruction is when more of these weapons is going to be used, man, and the radiation is going to be so high that these women, are going to shoot out monsters, man. You see, he'll have eyes looking at his people, man. You see all deformed baby, the nigga that look like the nigga from 300. You know what I'm saying? Babies that look like that. You see, that's gonna be all due to that radiation fallout, man. You see, and let's keep going. It says, in salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into its secret chambers. Yeah, you see that salt water is going to be found in the sweet is going into the contamination of the waters, man, via this radiation, man. All right, that nuclear fallout that's going to take place when these missiles are used, man. You see, it's gonna affect the waters, and we can read that in Revelation chapter 8, real quick. They call that star wormwood, man. Okay, this is Revelation chapter 8 in verse 10. It says, "And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. Yeah, they were contaminated, man. All right, people trying to drink that water, their ass gonna die, man. You see, from trying to drink that contaminated water, but they ain't gonna have nothing to drink. You see, they even show you that in that Fear of the Walking Dead, man. You see, I think it was around the last couple of seasons. They shot off those nuclear weapons, man, and then it shows the effect, and they had to stay within they couldn't spend a lot of time outside because of the radiation, and they ran Morgan ended up running into some people. You know what I'm saying? The lady had a mask on, but when she took her mask off, she didn't even have no fucking nose, man. You know, shit burnt off her fucking. It was like the form, man. But anyway, going back to the point, in the second Ezra chapter 5 and verse 9, and the salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Yeah. All right, these people are going to kill each other, man. You see, like it says in second Ezra, friends shall fight one against another as enemies because of lack of bread. Second Ezra chapter 15. For the lack of bread, and for few. Let's go to it. Second Ezra chapter 15. And Salakia, man, I'm rambling. I'm trying to get through it. 'Cause I know my phone, Lord willing, this lesson record, man. My phone be tripping. Verse 16, second Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their princes nor their kings nor their princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. So let me see. Is this it? Oh, it's like in verse 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their good because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. And that's what's going to be taking place in these various parts of the earth that wasn't hit by these thermonuclear missiles, but was still affected. Okay. Because like I said, once these missiles are used, man, all right, it's gonna cause a nuclear winter. All right, which I got this pulled up on the AI overview real quick. It says a nuclear winter caused by a large scale nuclear war could potentially last for several years to a decade, with most severe temperatures dropping occurring within the first few years, during which time the planet would experience significantly reduced sunlight, leading to widespread crop failure, mass starvation, and potential collapse of human civilization due to extreme cold and disrupted ecosystems. You see, all that's going to be taking place. What we're reading about, all right now in Second Ezra chapter 5, man. This is the judgment that's going to be happening after Babylon the Great is destroyed in the various parts of the earth, man. You see, mass starvation, man. It's gonna, like it says, it's gonna cause and they said it can last up to years, man, years to decades, bro. And that shows you how the elect, when the elect is beamed up and they're in the chariots with Yahweh Shai and they're getting crowned, that they're gonna be up there for a minute, man. Years are gonna pass by on the planet Earth before New Jerusalem come back down, man. You see. It says the long-term effects could linger for decades, impacting global climate patterns and causing further environmental damage. You see, so that shows you, you know what I'm saying? That shows you the effect that these weapons are going to have. All right, and it's gonna last for a minute, showing you the time that's going. Like I said, it's going to be years that pass by before New Jerusalem come back down. Okay, to come down to put their ass and put their nobles in chains. You know what I'm take them out these damn bunkers. You know what I'm saying? And round up and start establishing the kingdom on earth, man. Okay, so let's keep reading. It says, "Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into its secret chambers, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and inconsistency, I think I'm saying that right, inconsistency, whatever. It says be multiplied upon the earth." You see, going back to how we read in Amos chapter 8, verse 11 and 12, about how the people are going to wander to and fro and try to find wisdom. They're trying to find the man of the Lord, trying to find answers. They're not going to find it. They're not going to find wit and understanding because they're going to withdraw itself, man. You see, nobody's going to have the answers, man. All right. It says, one land also shall ask another. See, going back to Amos chapter 8, and say, "Is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee?" And it shall say, "No." At the same time shall man hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. Yeah. Anything that they trying to do is not gonna prosper, man. They're gonna hope and they ain't gonna obtain shit, man. And that's gonna be the judgment of the Lord, man. Proverbs chapter 1 talks about that. Since you to take the Lord's warning, he gonna laugh at your calamity, man, when your fear come upon you. All right. Real quick, Second Esdras chapter 16, I'm gonna end it off. Second Esdras chapter 16 and verse 45, straight to the point in the GNT. It says anything that is done will be useless. You see? Tying back what we just read, how they're gonna hope and not obtain, and they're gonna labor and it's gonna be in vain, man. You see? It's gonna be in vain, man. Nothing that they do is gonna work. You see? Verse 13 it says, "To show these such tokens I have leave. And if thou wilt pray again and weep as now and fast even days, thou shalt hear yet greater things." You see? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, man. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone and teaching well. And as always, peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.